Forget the apple. Forget the goddess. Forget even Helen. Because beneath the myth of beauty and betrayal lies something far more human and far more dangerous. Power. The Trojan War, at its heart, was likely not about a stolen queen, but about control. And the city of Troy sat in one of the most valuable strategic positions in the ancient world. Located near the narrow Dardanelles Strait, Troy controlled the gateway between the Aegean Sea and the Black Sea, a vital passage for ships, trade, and military movements. Whoever held Troy could tax, delay, or deny access to Eastern markets. And for rising powers like Mycenae, that was a threat too big to ignore. Troy wasn't just a city, it was a choke point, a key to economic dominance in the Bronze Age. The Mycenaeans, ambitious, militarized, and expanding, had already built a network of influence across the Greek world. But the riches flowing from the east, from the lands of Anatolia and beyond, were bottlenecked at Troy. To dominate the region, Troy had to fall. But the Greeks couldn't just march in. They needed a cause. Something to justify war. That's where the myth stepped in. Whether it was created at the time or shaped later, the story of Helen's abduction by Paris gave the Greeks what every war machine needs, a moral shield. It made conquest sound like rescue. It made expansion look like justice. Behind the poetry was a coalition of kings, much like a Bronze Age NATO, banding together to attack a rival power under the guise of honor. But make no mistake, this was a campaign of ambition. And Troy? It was ready. Troy wasn't some peaceful city caught by surprise. It was fortified, wealthy, and politically connected. It had diplomatic ties with the powerful Hittite Empire, even exchanging letters with kings. The Hittites called it Walusa and considered its king an ally. This wasn't a petty squabble. This was a proxy war, Greece versus the East. The siege may have lasted years, not because of a woman, but because Troy was powerful enough to resist. The famous wooden horse may have been symbolic, a metaphor for a trick or siege weapon, misunderstood over centuries. Or maybe, just maybe, it was real. When Troy finally fell, it wasn't just a city that burned. It was the balance of power in the ancient world that shifted. Trade routes, alliances, cultures, everything changed. The gods didn't start the Trojan War. Kings did. They just needed the right story to make it seem heroic.